Welcome to the Divorce Survival Guide podcast, where we have open and honest conversations about co-parenting, separation, divorce, and the hardest question of all, should you stay or should you go? I'm Kate Anthony, your divorce survival guide, and I'm here to help you navigate some of the roughest waters you've ever swum in and answer some of your toughest questions. I've been to hell and back, and now it's my mission in life to help you get to the other side of this process with your sanity and your heart intact.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ooh, what a difference a weekend makes. I am recording this on Monday morning, July 22nd, and this weekend was an absolute roller coaster. And here we are. It's a brand new day. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know what to tell you. You might be listening to this at a later date. So I am talking about the fact that Joe Biden just stepped down and Kamala stepped up. So that's where we are right now. And oh my God, I'm exhausted. But boy, was it nice to wake up not feeling like doom. This impending sense of doom. A little invigoration. I hope that this, if you're listening to this at a later date, I really hope it ages well. But we shall see. Today we are talking about our sixth step in my 7-step divorce mindset reset, which is about understanding what's legal versus what's fair. So this is really, really important, really important. And again, everything that we've talked about up until this point can help set the stage for this. I'm talking from, radical acceptance, everything that we have done up until this point and talked about up until this point. Having a strategy mindset really leads into really wrapping your brain around what's legal versus what's fair. I'll tell you what, family court is anything but fair. So, you might be in a position where your spouse was a chronic under-earner and you were the high income earner and the essential, the full-time breadwinner for your family, and he cheated on you, and now you have to pay him child support or spousal support. How fucking unfair is that? Yeah, it's pretty unfair, and you get to be angry about it. And the law says, while we still have no fault divorce, the law says that it doesn't matter, that is what is legal. And the more you stay caught in the swirl and the agony and the conversation and the internal battle around what's fair, first of all, the more money you're going to spend on your attorney. You're going to be sending your attorney all sorts of emails and long, rambling messages about the things that your spouse has been doing over the weekend that are wrong and unfair. And your attorney's going to come back to you and be like, yeah, I'm sorry that happened. But anyway, moving forward, and then they're going to charge you $400 for reading that email. It doesn't matter. Hardly anything that you deem fair matters in a legal proceeding. So you've got to get to know the law. What are the law's requirements, and what are the likely judicial outcomes from your case? If you're focusing on what's fair, you're going to get all of your personal feelings in the way, right? They are probably not going to align with legal realities. And it's going to be a colossal waste of time, energy, and money. as you try to sort this out, which is why I'm here talking to you about this, so that you can really sort this out, so that when you approach your attorney, you do it strategically and you do it from a place of radical acceptance and understanding what is legal in your state and how a judge is probably going to rule if it gets to that point, how a judge might rule. Your personal grievances, they are righteous. Your rage is righteous. Your feelings are absolutely valid. But you need to process your feelings about all of this in an appropriate manner, either with a therapist, with a coach. Hello, that would be me. Any other way, with your friends, right? But you want to be careful because your friends are going to get tired. You want to process the emotions so that you can kind of step aside from them, right? Because, what tends to happen is we can't sidestep your emotional process with this. You can't, sweep your feelings under the rug and not process them. You have got to have the appropriate ways and places and people to process your emotions with, so that, as we've talked about, you can get them kind of processed and out of the way so that you can use your rational thinking brain to get clear about what is legal versus what's fair, right? This is it's like a sorting hat for your divorce. And what I need is for your brain to be able to process these things in a way that has you able to sort them into the proper buckets, right? Okay, that's in a fair world. If the courts were fair, if there was any justice, this is the way it would work. Yeah, but that's not how we're going it. So now we're going to filter this through the lens of what is legal, what does the law say, what might a court rule on this? That is how you're going to get through this. I have clients who will send me really long emails, sort of vomiting out their feelings and all of that. I'll ask them to create documentation about the things, right? Because what is legal, what a court cares about, is what you can document, what do you have evidence of. And so they will sort of vomit all of it out, and then I will take that and sort through it and go, okay, what is actually legal? What matters to the court? How might we translate some of this more emotional stuff into something that actually might matter for the court? You need possibly an outside eye on these things, but at the very least, you need a strategy mindset that is really thinking about what's legal versus what's fair, to comb through whatever evidence you might have and sort of shift the perspective of it from, I'm really upset and he hurt my feelings, to, oh, actually, this is considered abuse and here's why. This is considered coercive control, and in our state, coercive control is illegal. So this is how we want to present this so that it aligns with the law in our state. And, you're not always able to do that for yourself because, for obvious reasons, right? You may not know, number one. Number two, you may not be able to assess it given your mindset at this particular juncture, right? So it's often helpful to have someone else take what you've vomited and then organize it in a way that will be more useful to your attorney and to court. So as an example, I have a client right now who is working through something really, 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 really difficult. She is forced to be in the same home with her abuser, and there is so much. So here's the other thing, right, that abusers love to do is that they love to just keep throwing shit at you so that you can't think, you can't prioritize, you can't sort. And so this is what my client is going through. It's a barrage. It's a constant barrage, and she can't keep up and she can't sort. It's like he'll do something mean and I'll say, mean isn't illegal. right? Mean sucks, but it's not illegal. Where is the child abuse here? Where is the financial abuse here? It's really, really difficult to continue sorting through that stuff. But once we did, and we had a really, really clear document with categories of forms of abuse, and then with specific examples backed up by evidence of each of these things, then we have a fucking case. Then we have a case. And then we can present that to her attorney who's not trying to comb through it at $300 or $700 an hour, right? I've combed through it. I wish that this whole process didn't, I don't want to say require, but I wish this whole process didn't benefit so greatly from a team of people. You need an attorney. And so many people think that I have an attorney and they're working in my best interest. So there you go. Well, you have an attorney who's working with a lot of other people too. And the people who get the best representation from their attorneys are the people who have sorted things out emotionally, intellectually, legally, strategically, and bring that to their attorney. Attorneys are not necessarily trained in or skilled at sorting through everything you bring them and pulling out what is important or necessary or legal or strategic. They're so busy and they've got so many cases that they're pretty much going, yeah, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. And so it's your job to bring them what does. That's really your job, is to bring them what matters. And so it does, I don't say require, but it certainly behooves you to have a team approach and to be able to hire someone, whether it's a coach like myself. Look, private coaching is expensive. Phoenix Rising is, we do a lot of this work in Phoenix Rising. Just to clarify, I've got a lot of people who keep trying to join my Phoenix Rising Facebook group. Phoenix Rising isn't just a Facebook group. Phoenix Rising is a program. It is a paid program, but it is a very low cost paid program. And it is a group coaching program. But it's a lot of what I'm talking about, we work on in Phoenix Rising. Whether you pay a therapist to help you with this, again, therapists are not trained in this. This isn't their area of expertise. But whether you hire a coach, you want to find somebody who is going to have the skill set necessary to help you pull apart what is fair and what is legal. Because focusing again on what is legal is the thing that's going to make the difference between, honestly, how your attorney is able to work for you. So you might spend more money up front on a coach, and it may feel like a huge expense, but I'll tell you what, when your legal bills come in and they're a lot lower than they would have been, maybe you wouldn't know. It's like sliding doors. You don't know, but trust me, your legal bills will be lower and your outcome hopefully better. It's definitely worth it. The benefits of legal thinking, you're going to get clarity. You're going to get a clearer understanding of potential legal outcomes and how to actually get the best outcome for your case. You're going to stay focused. You're going to continue to focus your efforts on what is legally achievable as opposed to, what you feel like you deserve. And like I've said, it's cost effective. You're going to reduce unnecessary legal fees and emotional strain by avoiding battles over fairness that the court literally they won't hear it. And your attorney kind of won't either. So by letting go of fair thinking and embracing legal thinking, you're going to approach this divorce with a realistic and strategic mindset. And you will be so much better equipped to navigate the complexities of the legal system and the divorce industrial complex than you would otherwise. Understanding what's legal versus what's fair, absolutely critical perspective shift in this process. And we have just one more episode on this, which is knowing your deal breakers. And that'll be coming up next.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Divorce Survival Guide podcast. If you like what you hear, head on over to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in and leave me a review. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Divorce Survival Guide. I'll see you next time, and until then, remember, you, my love, deserve to be happy.